Every year, thousands of cats across the UK die from kidney failure. It is the single biggest killer of cats in this country, responsible for 13.6% of all cat deaths. And 80% of cats over the age of 15 show signs of chronic kidney disease. But here is a question nobody in the pet food industry wants you to ask. Could the food you're feeding your cats every single day be contributing to this epidemic? And is the very company selling you that food also making money when your cat gets sick? Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you will change the way you look at pet food forever. Let's start with what we know damages cat kidneys. These are 4 confirmed dietary factors. Number 1, excess phosphorus. Cheap meat derivatives are packed with bone and organ material loaded with phosphorus. Years of this slowly destroy kidney tissue. Number 2, grains and carbohydrates. Cats are obligate carnivores. What's an obligate carnivore? Well, I'm glad you asked me, I'll tell you. An obligate carnivore is an animal that relies entirely on meat and animal products for its nutritional survival. Because of this specific biology, they cannot properly digest plant matter and must consume animal tissue to get the essential nutrients they need. Lions, tigers, leopards and other wild cats, etc. are obligate carnivores. You won't see a tiger in the jungle running around with sweet corn in his mouth and chewing on wheat. Their kidneys and digestive systems are not designed to process wheat, corn or maize. When cats eat grain every single day for years, it creates chronic inflammation, silent kidney damage building over time. Number 3, hidden sugars. Cats have zero metabolic need for sugar, absolutely none. Yet various sugars appears on almost every major pet food label in the UK. It causes diabetes, obesity and long-term kidney strain. Number 4, poor quality wet food that doesn't properly hydrate your cat. Chronically dehydrated cats concentrate toxins in their kidneys, damage building silently over years before any symptoms appear. Now let's take a look at some of the most popular pet food brands in the UK. These ingredients are real, they're available at the local supermarkets, and what I found on them is exactly what we just described. Now, before we look at the actual brands, I want to show you something that shocked me when I first found out. And I guarantee at least 85 to 90% of pet owners are unaware of this and what these terms actually mean. Because the pet food industry has been playing a word game with you, and it is completely legal. Let me break it down what these 3 phrases actually mean, because they are very different things. Now in column 1, the red column, if you see the words chicken flavor on a pet food label, that product is legally allowed to contain 0% actual chicken. None, not a single piece of real chicken. The chicken taste your cat is getting, that is an artificial flavor compound made in a lab, engineered to smell and taste like chicken. And the picture on the front of the packet, you ask, the beautiful chicken breast or the meaty stew? Well, there is no law preventing them from putting that image there, even if there is no real chicken inside. 0 chicken, but it looks and smells like chicken. That is the law. Now column 2, if you look to the orange column in the middle. Now what about with chicken? Surely that means it actually has chicken in it, right? Yes, but here's the catch. Under UK law, with chicken means the product only needs to contain a minimum of 4% named chicken. 4%. The other 96% can legally be any other animal. Pork, beef, byproducts, anything. All hidden under the phrase meat and animal derivatives. No species required. So when you buy Felix with chicken or Whiskas with chicken, you are getting 4% named chicken and 96% of something the brand does not have to tell you. And for Muslim families, that 96% of unspecified derivatives, it could include pork. There is no way of knowing. Now column 3, named meat. That's what you want to look out for. So what should you actually look for? Named meat, where the product tells you exactly what meat is in it and by law has to show you the exact percentage. That is what Maya does. Named human grade HMC certified meat, not chicken flavor, not with chicken, actual named, sourced, verified meat with every ingredient accounted for. And HMC certified means it's not just us saying it is halal. The Halal Monitoring Committee independently monitors and verifies this. And just so you know, everything I just told you is confirmed by UK law. That is not my opinion. That is the legislation the pet food industry operates under, and they are using every bit of it. Now let's talk about what is actually inside the pouch, because most people assume the chunks they see are real pieces of meat. Well, I will tell you something now for free, they are not. And this is something the industry really doesn't want you to know. If you look to the left side, solid form chunk. I'm going to explain to you what this is. The solid pieces inside your cat's food, the chunks, are legally called chunk in loaf, and they look exactly like real diced meat. They are shaped like meat, they have the color of meat, but most of them are not real diced meat. What they actually are is reconstituted lower grade derivatives. That means lower grade meats, organ parts, bone material, and blood products, all processed together at high temperature and then pushed through a mold to create a shape that looks like a meat piece. It is the same technology used to make any processed meat-shaped product. The chunk is designed to look premium. There is no requirement for it to be. And remember that 4% chicken we talked about? When the label says chicken 4% in the chunk, that 4% is within the chunk portion only. The chunk itself is typically only about 40 to 48% of the total product in the pouch. So the actual named chicken in your cat's meal is a fraction of a fraction, less than 2% of the total food. On the right side you will see liquid surrounding the chunks, the gravy or jelly. Gravy is a thin savoury liquid made from water, broth, thickeners and engineered flavour compounds. It is designed to increase the smell and make your pet eat more enthusiastically. It is a palatability tool, not a nutrition tool. Jelly. This is the one that really matters to Muslim pet owners and anybody who's got a pet that suffers with allergies. Pork, they could be suffering with pork allergies and they are trying to avoid it by choosing chicken only or fish only. There is a high percentage that package of food you purchased with chicken flavour only will still have pork. Now, jelly in pet food is most commonly set using gelatin, and that gelatin is frequently derived from pork bones and pork skin. On the label it will say gel engager or simply gelatin. The animal it comes from is never specified. You won't see the word pork on the back of the label, but pork is exactly where a significant amount of pet food jelly comes from. Every jelly-based cat food you buy from a main brand could have pork gelatin in it, and the brand is under no legal obligation to tell you. Maya Halal pet food uses no gelatin of any kind, no hidden pork risk. Our wet food uses clean named ingredients only, HMC certified, from source to pet's bowl. Healthy, halal, and loved by pets. First up, Sheba, sold as premium cat food. Costs more than most brands, so surely the ingredients are better. I'm reading directly from the label. Composition, meat and animal derivatives, including chicken just 4% in the chunk. Cereals, minerals, vegetable protein extracts, various sugars. Chicken is 4% of the chunk. The chunk itself is 48% of the product. So named chicken is a tiny fraction of what is in this tray. A tiny piece of chicken. Cereals in premium cat food, the exact grain linked to kidney inflammation in cats. Various sugars, right there on the label, in food marketed as premium. Vegetable protein extract, plant protein, not meat protein, and meat and animal derivatives, completely unspecified. You have no idea what animal, what part, what species. Now look at the bottom of this label. It says free post Mars Petcare, UK. Now let's take a look at Whiskas, Britain's best-selling cat food. Again, reading directly from the label, I can see meat and animal derivatives, 90% in the chunk, including chicken, 4% in the chunk. Cereals, derivatives of vegetable origin, various sugars, similar. 90% in the chunk, but only 4% is named chicken. The other 86% is completely unspecified meat and animal derivatives. Cereals again, sugars again, cheap plant filler. But look at the box. At the bottom it says again, like Sheba, free post Mars Petcare UK. I want to tell you a little bit about Waltham. Waltham is Mars' own pet nutrition science institute. They fund the research that tells vets what pets should eat. They publish the studies, they write the guidance. Mars owns the science, Mars owns the food. And as we are about to discover, Mars also owns the vets. And then Mars makes the food that matches the guidance. Most people think of Mars as a chocolate company. Mars, Snickers, M&M's, Maltesers. But Petcare is actually the largest business division, worth an estimated humongous $45 billion. Mars does not just make pet food. Mars owns vets across the country. On the pet food side, Whiskas, Royal Canin, Sheba, Pedigree, Cesar, all household names we've heard of, and they are all owned by the same company. Now Purina, owned by Nestle. Reading directly from the label composite, meat and animal derivatives 14%, of which beef 4%. Then again we got vegetable protein extracts. At the start of the video I explained what an obligate carnivore is and what is essential for them to eat. They need real meat. They can't thrive off vegetable extracts of protein, fish derivatives, sugars. And finally Felix, the UK's best-selling cat food, owned by Nestle Purina, the same company as Purina Pro Plan. Again, what we see here is meat and animal derivatives, including chicken, just 4% in the chunk. Cereals again, minerals, vegetable protein extracts, various sugars, 4%. 4%. That is the only named meat in Britain's most popular cat food. Now, I want to talk directly to Robbie Williams. So Robbie, if you're listening,
I nearly went on one there.
Go home and take a good, hard, long look in the mirror. Sort your head out. Get some information what an obligate carnivore is. If you don't know what it is, get on to me and I will sit down with you and teach you. It's all well and good singing and dancing. It's good to be a cat and get a pocket full of cash. But check what you are promoting. Stop targeting the elderly women who adored you over the years. Don't worry ladies, I'm here to warn you off the sleazeballs tricks. No, but on a serious note, celebrities should be responsible and have a duty as a celebrity to check what you promote and influence to your fans. Now, every label we just looked at says meat and animal derivatives, with no species named, which means you have no idea if pork is in your cat's food. These are hidden forms pork takes in your pet food. Pork gelatin, pork fat, lard, and meat derivatives, unknown species, unknown parts, zero verification. For Muslim families and owners of pets with allergies, this is deeply unacceptable, and the industry has given you no real transparency. Now I want to be clear, this is not only a halal issue, this affects every single cat owner watching this. For Muslim pet owners, you finally have a genuinely halal choice, HMC certified, verified, monitored. For cat owners with allergies, grain-free, pork-free, additive-free, unexplained itching, skin problems, vomiting. These symptoms often clear completely when cats switch to clean food. I want to be clear, I have my own brand of pet food, as many of you are aware. Even though we are amazing and the best around, I would still say please, for the sake of your pets which you love and adore, whichever pet food brand you're using, it doesn't have to be mine. Just take 15 seconds of your time, check the back of the package and see if it's good enough for your pet. And if you want to exclude pork and opt for fully halal due to your religion or allergies, and you want to be not just sure but certain of what you're getting, then there's only one option, Maya Halal Pet Food. Now I want to talk about the company behind two of those four brands. Most people think of Mars as a chocolate company. Like I mentioned earlier, their pet food business is worth an estimated $45 billion. Mars does not just make pet food. Mars owns the vets. On the food side, Whiskas, Royal Canin, Sheba, Pedigree, Cesar, and Waltham, their own pet nutrition science institute that provides the research vets rely on. And on the veterinary side in the UK, Mars owns Linnaeus, one of the largest veterinary groups in the country with over 200 clinics across the UK and Ireland. Globally, they own Banfield Pet Hospital, over 1,000 locations, Blue Pearl Emergency Vets, VCA Animal Hospitals, over 1,000 locations. In total, Mars owns over 3,000 veterinary practices and employs over 70,000 veterinary professionals worldwide. Think about what this actually means. Royal Canin, with maize as its first ingredient, is the most vet-recommended brand in the UK. The same company that makes Royal Canin owns the clinics where vets recommend it. Mars funds the science through Voltum. Mars makes the food. Mars owns the vets recommending it. And Mars profits when your cat needs treatment. More than 60% of all UK veterinary practices are now owned by just 6 large corporations. Your local vet may have Mars written all over their business and you would never know. This is not a conspiracy theory. These are publicly confirmed facts, and it is a £45 billion conflict of interest sitting right in the middle of your cat's food bowl. I personally feel it's a bit of a mafia setup. The big boys have a chokehold, but it's due to unawareness. So if you care about your pets and believe these amazing creatures who can't talk to us to explain, but they deserve more, then please like and share this video to raise awareness. We have had enough of getting fooled. It's time to take action. I know the video was a bit long and it had a lot of information in there. If your attention span is very short, I've created a small video. Watch it and it will explain exactly what's going on. It's under 10 seconds.
I recommend this brand.
Good boy.